Hi, Jesus, how are you? Thanks for accept the invitation to start to talk about destruction in the forest.
Thanks to you, Cielo, for inviting me here. I'm so happy. Yeah, but I don't know. Tell me, what is like the background of this main topic, destruction in the forest? Tell me.
Okay, Jesus, as you can see, the background is dry and rainforests suffer damage to their habitats due to multiple factors.
Okay, this looks some interesting. Oh, I can see that we're going to start with destruction in dry forest. Mm, so tell me,
Yes, Jesus, you
what
are
kind
right.
of
First of all, I would like to start talking about forest burning. The definition of this is that a forest burning is a fire that spreads out of control in forest or wildland, affecting plants, flora, and fauna.
Okay, I can see that you know something about that, but can you tell me about something like interesting facts, curious facts about that?
Yes, obviously, Jesus. I can tell you that in this type of forest, we can find multiple causes, among them intentional. This is about, according to data from the government of Spain, they represent about 60% of the cases. The motivations are varied, the most common by far being unauthorized, illegal, and uncontrolled burning of agricultural land. And the other percent is for accidental causes, and they represent about 20 or 25% of the cases. Examples of these include agricultural burning, badly extinguished fires, engines and machines too, also bush burning, power lines, garbage burning, forest work, and others. Okay, Jesus, what kind of problem do you can share with me?
Well, what you say sounds very interesting. I know something about that. I have some knowledge. Um, in dry forest, I know that is like most common. This unfortunately case that is the illegal logging. Yes, you know. If someone don't know what is it, it is like the extraction, the transport, the purchase of the sale of timber in violation of the laws. Yeah, it's basically some people that create profits just cutting like the lungs of the earth. Yes, you know the trees. Yeah, I can also tell you some interesting facts about that. As you know, the forest in all the earth they represent 31% of the Earth's surface, and is concentrate more than half of the planet biodiversity. Yeah, and it is for a fact that about the 20% of global greenhouse emissions come from, in this case, about illegal logging, come from deforestation.
Okay, Jesus, that's really interesting. But what about solutions? Do you have any solution for the problem that you find in this forest?
Yeah, obviously. I in this case I have a solution that it could be sponsor the trees or extensive forest land, as you can see, so that in any attempt to deforest the area, it could be considered a violation of a private space. Yeah. In addition to this, it can be also considered as a strategy, like planning a territorial order or preventing the increase of the agricultural frontier and making plans for environmental education. But what about your problem? What solution can you tell me?
Okay, Jesus, a solution that I could find is don't burn any materials that are combustible or unusual in nature. Also, don't throw garbage on into campfires or any other material that shouldn't be born in that kind of places. You should only be using materials that are organic, such as leaves, wood, or yard waste. Because if you put unusual materials into a fire, it is only going to make to fire spread at a rapid rate, which causes more problem for the area you are in. So this is important to follow this kind of solutions.
Yeah, right. That's true.
Okay, Jesus, let's talk about now about destruction in rainforest.
Okay.
Well, I could find that this is a really common problem in rainforest, and it's acid rain. The acid rain basically it's a rain forms when moisture in the air combines with nitrogen oxides, sulfur dioxide or sulfur trioxide emitted by, for example, factory power plant, heating boilers, and vehicles burning coal or sulfur containing petroleum products.
Okay, that is interesting. You have some facts about that also.
Yes, Jesus. I have some interesting information, is that acid rain can be extremely damaging to forests, and acid because acid rain can sets into the soil can dissolve 70% of the nutrients such as magnesium and calcium. And this is really bad because that kind of nutrients are very important to trees and they need it to be healthy. Another important point is that acid rain also causes aluminum to be released into the soil. And this is a bad problem because they make it difficult for trees to absorb water. And you know that water is really important to trees, obviously. What
Yeah,
about you,
that's
Jesus?
true. Oh, well, in rainforest, I think that a very common problem could be the illegal hunting. Yeah, as you know, the name say, poaching is the illegal hunting, and the name it consists in capturing and often killing of the wild animals. Yeah, and there are activities such as killing and try to protect animals without a license in a provided way. Yeah.
Okay, Jesus. And do you have any important or interesting information about this problem?
Yeah, of course. This kind of problem is very common because around 100 tigers and also 20,000 elephants and more than 1,000 rhinos are killed each year to traffic their bones, their skins, their toes, and their horns, yeah, in the black market, yeah. And that's the reason of hundreds of species are in danger uh, and also are completely disappearing from this planet every year due to this illegal hunting. Yeah,
Okay, Jesus, that's great. Now let's talk about the solutions at the same way that we did, but with the problems that are in rainforest. What do you
okay.
have for this?
Okay, this problem is also a little bit difficult, and I think that it could be a possibility that some measures against poaching can be taken, maybe to increase the number of patrols and provide them with the necessary equipment to fight against these poachers. Yeah, and yeah, it could be also important to fight against the illegal trade in animals in the black market because if hunters don't have the market, this activity obviously will decrease. So it could be a solution.
Yes, Jesus,
What
that's
about
true. Okay, Jesus, for acid rain, maybe people think that we couldn't help to this because it's something that happened nature. But a great way to reduce acid rain is to produce energy without using fossil fuels. Instead of this, people can use renewable energy sources such as solar and wind power. Also, energy sources help reduce acid rain because they produce much less pollution. So this is a great solution and idea.
oh, yeah, that's a good way to do it.
Okay, Jesus, I think that we finished the talk. So thanks for be sharing here with me.
Also, thanks to you.